from 6 cases a day in 2010. Ngayon po, nasa 40 to 57 cases a day. Almost 500% increase. We are one of the fastest in the Western Pacific region. We are the fastest. We are the fastest growing in new cases.
Hello and welcome back to the special episode on Asia. Now, this is a major story in the Philippines, so I had to make a video aside from our regular fast-paced news. So here it is. HIV cases surged in the Philippines by 500%. The Department of Health is proposing to declare HIV a national public health emergency following a dramatic surge in infections across the country. Between January and March 2025, the Philippines recorded an average of 57 new HIV cases per day. This makes it the country with the highest number of new HIV cases in the entire Western Pacific region. Whoa, 57 cases a day, and those are the ones that were actually caught and reported and tested. I cannot imagine how many are out there without even knowing. Health Secretary Ted Herbosa expressed deep concerns, stating, "Our biggest problem right now is not monkeypox, but the rapid spread of HIV." He revealed that HIV cases among youth aged 15 to 25 have increased by 500%, describing the trend as alarming. The youngest person diagnosed with HIV this year is a 12-year-old from Palawan. According to the Department of Health, sexual contact remains the primary mode of HIV transmission. Since 2007, the majority of new cases have been recorded among males who have male-to-male relations, let's put it that way. To address the crisis, DOH urging the public to get tested. Testing is free and confidential. The department also emphasized prevention strategies, recommending the use of condoms, lubricants, and pre-exposure prophylaxis, or PrEP, I guess it's called. If the spread is not effective control, projections show that the Philippines could reach over 400,000 HIV cases by the end of 2025. As of 2024, the country has documented a total of 215,000 individuals living with the virus. And those are some alarming numbers, alarming facts. There are several reasons for this in the Philippines. Primarily, I'm actually going to go ahead and take a look at what are some of the factors. Then we'll read some comments and I'll tell you my personal thoughts. Some of the contributing factors are low testing rates and limited awareness about HIV prevention, especially in rural areas. Stigma and discrimination around the subject, health topics as well, and are discouraged by people, especially youth, from getting tested or seeking help. The increasing use of dating apps and social media for casual hookups, especially among people often without protection, a decline in consistent use of protection and limited access to these and preventing other tools in school communities, insufficient comprehension of what's going on, and since 2007, the primary mode of transmission has shifted to being mostly among males. Those were some factors. I also think this push for the whole rainbow community, I don't care. To be honest, I don't really care what's going on there, but I think if you're going to push so heavily to promote, like look at this month, this June, they took the whole month and made it like LGBT HDTV community, okay, whatever. But like, if you're going to do that, there needs to be just as much coverage of what to do if you want to be like that. There's got to be like protection. You can't just, there's a reason why this is serious, because it's taking people's lives. So you have to also like educate people of what possible risks there are. And you can see the majority of cases as male to male, right? So obviously some type of activity is causing the majority of this happening. As we all know, the way it's trend, well, maybe we don't know, but you should do some research on your own. YouTube probably won't allow me to say it. Once again, I don't care what you do in your personal life, but obviously you can go ahead and transmit it to somebody else as well that may not know your activities in your private life. Just wrap it up, man. And it's for your own safety. You want to live, right? You want to enjoy the beautiful country of the Philippines or wherever else you're living. So those were some of the factors. Let's take a look at some comments. Someone said, urgent to bring back Bible education in school. There's no other way to hold this generation in place. The parents are not holding tightly anymore to their kids. They're no longer in control. Only God could be in control. Let's go back to basics. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Today's generation is knowledgeable due to advanced technology, but they are not wise. Now, without sounding like someone that's too religious, I think as a child, having guidance is important. When I was a kid, personally, my parents, they said God is everywhere, they're watching you. And to be honest, it prevented me from doing a whole bunch of dumb stuff as a child. Now, as you get older, you can choose whether you want to be faithful, go to church, continue to read the Bible. that's your business. But I think as kids, if you cannot be there 24/7, they go to school, they play with their friends, you have to try to get them to follow some kind of positive example. Now, I don't know, I don't care, the point is not the religion specifically, but I think there needs to be some kind of like right and wrong. Teach your kids. I don't have kids, so I can't tell you how to raise your kids, but I imagine if I had kids, I'll try to tell them, you know, you cannot do bad things, or bad things could happen to you, or the fact that, you know, don't hurt somebody else, whatever. So God tells you to do like good stuff, do it properly, always like communicate with your parents and all that. If you're going, I don't know, man, I don't got kids. My point is like, God helped me when I was a kid. I see the point and the benefit of this. You may disagree, but that's because you're probably talking from an adult perspective. I'm talking about as a kid, as a child, like 12 years old or whatever, you need something to follow that's positive. Someone else said, this is heartbreaking and alarming. A 500 increase in HIV cases in the Philippines is not just a statistic, it's a wake-up call. We need urgent action, not silence. Strengthen education, normalize HIV testing, break the stigma, and provide accessible treatment to all. This is about saving lives. Let's not ignore this crisis. Absolutely. A lot of times, conservative countries, some even Islamic countries, some countries that are not so progressive, let's say, or liberal, whichever category you want to put them, they want to kind of not talk about it, shy away from it. You know, don't, you know, educate kids because they don't want them, they fear that they might actually get into it. The truth is, if kids want to be kids, teenagers want to be teenagers, people, young adults want to do whatever they want, there's nothing that you can do about it. So why not try to give them all the tools they need to try to make a better choice, a better decision? You know, to try to scare them away or pretend like it doesn't exist is not the right way, I think. It's like if your boat has a hole in it and you're saying, oh, there's no hole in it, and you all drown essentially, right? Why not address the elephant in the room? You know, teenagers, young adults, even younger people are going to engage in some sort of activity like that. So why not try to be open, communicate, let them know there's no shame, you know, but just let them know if you're not ready, or signs, or when you are ready. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can teach your kids. If you don't have the tools like me right now, I probably would not know how to exactly talk to somebody about this, but I'll try to seek help. There's educational facilities, some like programs, there's groups people get involved in. So reach out, look out, talk to your local health department, ask for some advice. Ah, my voice just broke. Did I just hit puberty again? Anyways, so there's Facebook groups, I'm sure. So just ask around, talk around. Let's see what other people have to say regarding that best way to approach your kids when it comes to discussing this issue. Some schools obviously teach this, but I'm not really sure if the Philippines is one of those countries that allow this kind of education. If it is, I wonder at what age. Anyways, so that's basically it. An increased significant rise in HIV in Cebu specifically, and the entire of the Philippines. I can see why, to be honest. The Philippines, based off everything we just talked about, also just like people are very friendly, so it's easy to like make friends and socialize, and there's a whole bunch of reasons why this could happen, but it was definitely something that shocked me to know the Philippines is #1 country. Thank you for watching. Share your thoughts down below. This should not be a place of hate, or just any opinion is welcome. Let's keep it civil, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.